It's told me is that the mistake women make is that we expect our men to be perfect.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not, and that's not to excuse them.
Not perfect.
But a lot
Respectful.
of times we do expect them to be perfect. So when they do make mistakes, whatever that mistake may be, you know your breaking point. I know my breaking point. The next woman knows her breaking point. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a different breaking point. But when we expect our men to be perfect and we aren't, then that's really when there's a problem.
So I try to be self-aware. I would say I'm pretty damn perfect.
Okay, and you know, it's funny because I remember when Juan and I first broke up, like in 2004, and I had gone out on this date with this man after, like a while after that, mm-hmm. and they just asked like, well, what happened or whatever, and I distinctively remember telling him is that I think I'm perfect. Like I thought I was perfect,
and I'm saying that in jest, of course, but I'm pretty damn loyal. I'm loyal.
You are very. You are. I don't know which dog it is, but you are. They say some dogs are loyal to the end. I don't know which one is the most loyal.
Like a black lab or something?
One of them. I don't know which one it is, but you are there, girl. Hold on. Let me stop this real quick. Okay. And go. Again, nobody's ever going to see this.
Never.
But, I mean, I just don't, so I don't know. I can't say, yeah, if you have a kid outside, that's necessarily a deal breaker. I mean, because we've been through some things that somebody else may feel is a deal breaker.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. And some things I've done on my part.
Yeah.
That some people would have been like, brother, leave that.
Yes.
Leave. Pack up now. Pack up whatever you got and get on.
Don't even pack it.
Don't
just
even
leave.
pack. Just leave because you're better off in life. I see what you're saying. No, you know what? I also don't like these apologists of men. See, that's what I find fault with is a lot of people will say, well, men are not, like, we don't hold men to the same standard as we hold women. We don't. I'm not apologizing for anything a grown man does. You entered into this relationship, this commitment. I expect you to be just as loyal as I am. Mm-hmm. And if not, and you can't adhere to these vows or these agreements we've made, because again, everybody interprets their vows differently. If you can't agree to that, then we're just not meant to be together. Now, we can co-parent. We can even be friends, because I can't imagine a time, unless something really bad happened, like he slapped my mom or something. I can't imagine a time we cannot be friends.
But then we need to know what were the circumstances of the slap.
Mama don't think nothing of that.
What happened?
Mama, I hope he don't slap you.
Exactly what happened to get to this point?
No, if he slapped my grandma, let me tell you something. I'm going to prison that night.
So nanas are the breaking point.
Yes, having a baby out of wedlock. Nanas.
Mamas
disrespecting my nana.
But nanas, I can give you that, because if somebody come out the mind,
that's it. But no, seriously, we don't hold men to the same. They don't have to be as responsible and loyal and committed as we do,
because they're a man. They have wandering eyes.
In my union,
their nature
ain't in his nature. Because let me tell you something. In my union, it just don't fly. But again, I'm not naive to anything. I've been through the challenges. We've done all of that. I just expect a level of commitment and a level of respect at this point. That we've been through all of that. We're too old for that mess. And if you can't do that, then we need to talk. Because I need to understand, why can't you do that? Mm-hmm. Why can't you respect me as I've respected you? Mm-hmm. And again, I don't know what the breaking point is. I hope I don't ever get to that. Mm-hmm. I love my husband dearly. I don't ever want to have these conversations. I don't have to come to you and be like, girl, I need you to talk me through this. I don't want to have that. But I do expect there to be normal things that go on in a relationship that is going to create those hurdles that you just don't know if you can get over.
Let me tell you, those hurdles come.
Yeah.
And they come.
Yeah, you don't think that you can get over it, and then you look back a year and you're like, okay, it wasn't the worst thing. It's pretty bad, but it wasn't the worst thing, and we're still going.
Yeah.
So let's see how far we can go. But and I do say this, for in any relationship, I think that you always need an outside mediator to speak to. I think counseling is key as well.
I think so too.
We've done it at a few different stages in our relationship. Of course, pre-marriage, through some anger issues. And then, of course, your premarital stuff, kind of faith-based counseling. And then we've done some refreshing stuff since we've been married, especially after the first one, the first child. That was a hard transition. I didn't know anything but how to be a mommy. That's all I could focus on, was to be a mommy. I could care less about being anybody's wife. I wanted to be a mommy, and that was what my focus was on. And then I realized that, I guess I can't just be a mommy.
It's not one or the other. You have to do them both.
Yeah. And then a mommy to two. And oddly enough, this second, now it's a lot more work, but having the second child just wasn't as big of a challenge, because I guess we've done it. We've kind of been there, and you're like, okay, if we divide and conquer, we'll be okay. You're looking different. Is the second been harder?
For me, it has been, because...
You think it's because it's his first challenge at having an infant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I already know how this goes. I already know my plan of attack on how I want to do things. So I got really spoiled with my daughter, because I didn't have to consult with anybody on
That's a good point.
On anything.
That's a good point.
Whatever I wanted to do, however I wanted to raise her, whatever decision I wanted to make, I got to do it.
Yeah.
There was nobody to tell me, well, no, I don't think, or this, that. No, that's my baby.
Right.
That's mine.
Yeah.
It's
all me.
It's us. It's me, her. It's us.
And I don't know how deep you want to go in that, but you truly were a single parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like you said, there was no consulting anyone, no co-parenting or anything like that.
Nope, didn't have to do it. If the co-parent called, he was on the other side of an ocean body. So once I learned to just hang up the phone. Mm-hmm. You don't like it? Just hang up the phone. Yeah, just hang up the phone. So then I can do whatever I wanted to do. But now it's completely different. Like I find, like I said earlier, it was well, do we have to put a t-shirt on her? Yes, you have to put the t-shirt on until the end of April, maybe even 1st of May. Why? It's going to be warm enough outside. But that doesn't matter if you have to put a t-shirt on. But I don't think she does need a t-shirt on. Leave the damn t-shirt on. Why do we even have to discuss this?
Every week.
Or every
morning.
Every morning. Like, I feel like, why do I always have to justify, why I make the decisions that I make as a parent? And we've had that discussion as well when and I tell him, hey, I feel like you question me on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Quit questioning me. Just do what I say do.
See? Wow.
Probably the problem, huh?
Take a swig on that.
It's probably the problem.
Yeah.
But I've already done this, and then I have to take a step back and remember, you know what? It's not just what I want to do. His input is just as valuable as mine.
So do you still find yourself saying, this is my baby?
A lot of times I say, this your baby. I do say,
now I'm a selfish nurturer, if that makes sense.
You want to do all the nurturing?
Yeah, I take it all on. If my babies need comfort, I'm that person. So I do find, like, one fall and they get hurt or something like that, and he like, don't react, don't do this or whatever like that, and I'm like, I go dirty. I can go. I'm like, well, maybe nobody ain't ever treat you good, but I'm gonna take care of my babies or whatever like that.
You neglected.
Yeah, right. And not that he was, but I'll say stuff like that. Like, why wouldn't you want to care for your kid? And you're like, you're gonna spoil them if you do all this kind of stuff. No, I'm not. These are my babies.
But you know what? So I'm a little bit on the opposite end. Not that I don't want to nurture them or anything like that, but they are so magnetic towards me. Like, they just like you said last night, they got to charge.
They do have to charge.
They're constantly on me. I mean, the baby got off her daddy this morning, walked around the bed, and climbed up on my lap, and just laid her head on my chest. Yeah. Like,
before we came down here to record, the oldest was like in step with me. Yeah, like a shadow. Like if I did a left, she was doing, and she was behind me, and I was like, "You need to charge before I go downstairs." Like, they don't get it, but you must need something because I can't. You're not gonna let me move, so I had to just sit down like for 5 minutes to make sure they got their time.
I literally step on one of them all the time. Oh, yeah. Every day I step on a child, not because I can't see them, but because we're so
We're so close.
Yeah, so close up under me. Like, there's always somebody behind my leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I find myself now looking at my pants and I got stains around the back of my knee.
Because somebody got dirty hands.
The little one is right there. Like, she just attaches to my leg and just, like, leeches on to me. And then the other one, she got her face in my hip back there. So there's always somebody just attached to me. And sometimes it is draining sometimes.
It is.
I'm like, your daddy right there, hop on Pop. He's like, no hop on Pop. Yes, hop on Pop. But then they come right back to me. But then time they go to sleep, I'll be like, oh, give me my babies.
Yep.
I miss my babies.
So they're good then.
I ain't see them or first thing in the morning, I'll be like, just give me my babies.
They're good then.
Like I will just
when
hold
they sleep
them.
and they just want to cuddle.
Cause I'm like, just give me my babies. But you know what? And we're, I'm almost out of time, so I'm gonna hurry up.
But we're gonna continue this next week. Go ahead.
Yes, but my husband does a really good job because he made the comment, and I just and it made me love him just that much more. He was like, "Look, I feel like it's my duty that every time these girls come to me and ask for a hug, it is my duty to give it to them.
Absolutely,
because if I don't give it to them, they're gonna be looking for somebody else.
Yeah, I never deny that. Now sometimes it's like, okay, you got to give Mama just a little bit of space. You got to give me a little space. But once I reset and I do whatever I got to do, then okay, come on, let's do this. Because, like you said, I'm not going to neglect them, and they need care, and they need to be nurtured and all that kind of stuff. And look, that's what we did it for. And
in 10 years, we'll be having a completely different conversation.
Girl, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for a 15-year-old to hate me and all that kind of junk.
I got one.
Yeah.
Sometimes he don't like me.
Well, that's his job.
But he's a good kid, though. I love him, though.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
He does good.
Yeah.
But, these relationships are complicated.
So we didn't get to talk about our friendships as much. So we'll kind of continue that next week along with the romantic talk. Because we'll
keep this going next week.
Next week we'll be heading into Valentine's Day.
Yes, and we have a guest next week.
We do. Oh, yes.
We will, yeah.
Okay, so shout out our guest.
So next week,
look out for.
Next week we have a guest coming on the show, Dr. Robbie Thomas. She's out of Alabama, and she has a new book that she's published called "Help I Want to Live."
Okay.
So this is her third book. She has a kids book as well. Mm-hmm. That's super super cute. I love Little Willie. Mm-hmm. So cute. But she's on Amazon, or you can go find her directly. But Dr. Robbie, Thomas, or is it Robbie? Thomas. I think it's Robbie Thomas. Mm-hmm. And she's just a phenomenal writer. She's a minister, a pastor, so she's really studied the word spiritually, and she's really figured out how to apply it to everyday life. I can just call her and talk to her about all kinds of stuff, and I know I'm going to get some good advice. Can you tell us a little bit about what the book is about, the current one? Help I Want to Live. Okay. I hadn't finished reading it yet. Okay. Fair enough. Just look it up. I'm not even going to mess it up. I'm glad you didn't try to make up something. Because you'd be like, yeah, it's about, eating right. And then she'd be like, no, it's about living right. Yeah, it is about living right. It's about, getting your life together. Saying, you get to that point where you're just like, I can't do this. But then you're like, you know what? I do want to live. What do I need to do to get my life back on track? Facts. Hashtag facts. So next week I can give you some more details when we go into detail with her about the book. But right now I haven't finished it, so I don't want to give you the bad details. Okay. Because that's what I would be giving you right now if I try and give you some details on it. Good. So I'm gonna hush my mouth. But Dr. Robbie M. Thomas. So she's gonna, and again, she's a mother of 30 some odd years, so she can tell us about some duty and off duty and stuff. And she's got a great big old brain that we can just pick from. Awesome. Well, I look forward to that conversation. So again, let's shout out Hey Love. Hey Love. There you go. Hey Love. Starting the week of the 18th from 8 to 9. There we go. p.m. on SmashMouthFM.com, and it's going to re-air on Saturdays from 11 to midnight. So if you miss it on Mondays, get up with your boo on Saturday night. And y'all be all loved up together. No kids allowed. No kids, no churns. No churn allowed. No churns. None of them. And, y'all make it happen or whatever. Right. So if you are not listening to us live, make sure that you subscribe to either Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud. You can listen to us on Mixlr, the TuneIn Radio app, and then, of course, the archives at SmashMouthFM.com. And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Mommies Off Duty. Send us a tweet or a message and we'll reply.